Hello and welcome to day 3 of your program. Today I want you to begin to become curious and welcome your resistance. The way to work through your blocks is to get to know them. We're going to be, over the course of the 30 days, I'm going to be giving you so many videos on different aspects of your possible blocks or resistance, on whether they relate to you or not. But today I want you to begin to get to the material. And you know what? It's not like, oh my God, I'm such a bad person. I did this, I did that, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's learning to love the resistance, so that as the resistance comes over the horizon, you can stop it in its tracks. Or as you feel it in your body, you have the ability to notice it. Let's go back to our example of deciding to use giving up sugar as a measure of the intention of losing weight, so that you can have this beautiful body over the course of the year for the big dream. And you know that I'm using this as an example, and you've set your own intention. But let's use this as an example. So for example, you're going about your daily life and you notice you want some sugar. You're craving chocolate or some biscuits or sugar. Okay, I want you to notice that. That's the first thing. Notice when is this happening? When is this resistance coming up? When is this need coming up? Because wanting sugar is just a clue for a deeper need. A deeper need usually for something like reassurance or safety or protection, or something that you feel you are lacking. Okay, so today's exercise is about noticing. You've got your workbook. Write down when the resistance is coming up. Is it when you're in the middle of doing some work at the computer? Is it after you've had a conversation with your husband or wife? Is it after putting the children to bed? Usually there are some key factors to do around the resistance, or the block, or the thing which you're trying to achieve, which is being difficult. So notice when. Notice how you're feeling. In that moment of it being hard to keep the resolution, how are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling angry? So learn to be a gentle detective about how you're feeling, and notice what you're doing. What are the actions you're doing? Maybe you're procrastinating, maybe you're doing the thing, maybe you're eating the sugar and feeling defiant. So today is not about achieving anything in particular, but learning the practice of noticing without judgment, without condemnation. Okay? Learning to be a gentle detective, to see, feel, notice your blocks and your resistance without judgment, and perhaps in time with love, because they are the clues. That the things which hold you back and which hold me back are the doorways, are the stepping stones to the new you. So they're really very exciting. The second part of this video, I'm moving right on to keep within my 10-minute frame I gave myself, is if you're not familiar with EFT tapping, I want to show you how to do it. There are other videos on my website that go into it more deeply. But right for now, please tap along with me. We're going to start tapping, doing our emotional freedom techniques tapping exercise by using one hand or the other to tap on what we call the karate chop point. That's the heart and small intestine meridians in the Chinese medicine system. Tapping, that's what we call the karate, tapping on the karate chop point. The crown of the head point, you'll be tapping lightly, but with a certain amount of, if you're tapping a drum, you're not going to deaden the sound. You're going to want to hear that reverberation. So tapping lightly, but not too lightly, on the crown of your head. Many, many meridians meet here. The next point is the inner edge of your eyebrows. I tend to tap with index finger and ring finger of one hand and tap both sides, but you can also take 2 fingers and tap one side. You can tap one side of your body or both. I tend on demonstration to use one hand going down one side, but often in my own life I'll use 2. for myself. It's completely up to you what feels comfortable. So this is the actually it's the second point of bladder meridian, which is going right over and down the back of your spine, which is to do with will. It's a water meridian. It's a beautiful, beautiful meridian you want to have flowing in your life. Next point is side of the eye, so just around from the edge of your eye, just in that little indentation. Again, I take 2 fingers and I just tap. Then you're getting both gallbladder and triple heater meridians, which do wonderful unblocky things I won't go into now, otherwise the video will be too long. The next point is a stomach point. This is one of the other major meridians that goes right down the front of your body. It goes right down here to the ground, and stomach is an earth meridian. This point, tapping this point, connects you to those beautiful energies of Mother Earth we were talking about. As a baby crawling on the floor and then starting to look up around, you are integrating your stomach meridian. So that's what we call the under the eye point. Under the nose is simply under the nose in this little crease, and that's one end of governing vessel meridian, which goes all the way down to your perineum, and then the next conception vessel comes up again from your perineum, 2 beautiful meridians, right and left. Beautiful. Tapping on your chin. Beautiful. The next point is the collarbone. The actual point is kidney 27. Kidney is the twin, the partner of bladder, and it's also a water meridian, and kidney is to do with fear, the adrenals. This is such an important area, and what we're going to tap on is not just that point at the bottom of your collarbone here and the little indentation. Just tap all along the top of your sternum. You'll get, God, do you hear that release in me? You'll get your, not only the kidney meridians, but heart and some other meridians as well. Beautiful. The next point is under the arm. For ladies, it's usually about halfway down your bra strap. It's literally, if you had a zip or a seam like I do now at the side of your body, and it's halfway up your rib cage. You just want to feel roughly that. And I use my thumb just to tap in the same side, or you can reach across and tap with several fingers. Okay. I also use the liver point as a major point, because liver is to do with anger, and it's the partner of the gallbladder. It's a beautiful meridian to tap, and it's just on the nipple line at the base of the rib cage. So what you want to do is just tap, just stand up here, hope that hasn't, and it's just right here at the base of the rib cage. Beautiful. You can also tap on the finger points if you hold your hand with the palm facing you, with the thumb uppermost. It's the edge of the nail bed on the side nearest your eye, facing upwards. If you're drawing a line across the base of the nail and the side of the nail, you want to be tapping just on that corner there, all the way down. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger. I don't always tap these points as we go. Sometimes I will and sometimes I won't, but they're great points to do because you can tap in public. Yeah, you can do this. It's great. Moving on swiftly, I might be going over my 10 minutes. Let's just do an example with the sugar. And you could do, even though I notice I'm wanting sugar right now, I love and accept myself. Tap along with me and say the words after me. Even though I really want this sugar, I so want it, I accept myself and my feelings. Even though I really, 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 really need and want this sugar, I love and accept myself. This craving, it would be so nice. I deserve it. I want it. I want this sugar. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my every cell of my body. This craving. This craving. So what you can do when you're feeling that block, we're going to be going through this very much every day, so don't worry about it too much now. You're going to be able to tap when you get the craving or the action that is holding you back. You're going to be tapping in the moment if you can. Acknowledging the problem, even though I have this issue, I love and accept myself. And then going around the other points with a reminder phrase. All of this is in your workbook with more explanation. Before you tap, you can take a level of your longing or your need or the issue from 0 to 10, where 10 is, I absolutely am going to have this sugar, 0 is you wouldn't be tapping at all. Then do your round of tapping and see where you are afterwards. So again, more explanation in your workbook. That's enough for now. I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye now.